Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to season 2 of our Last Leg podcast. You got me, your co-host, Nikki G, and my boy,
Johnny G.
Hey, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good year. Football is back.
Yes, sir.
Football is back. My goodness, I didn't think it was going to happen.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe how long has it been? 6
Too
months?
fucking long. That's
Yeah,
long.
man. I have been gambling, just to fill the needs as a DJ that I am. But I can only take so much of MLB betting, UFC betting, and everything.
Yes.
But something about NFL, reading the stat lines for football, it just hits different.
Oh, yeah.
It just hits different.
It's that time of year, too, man. Oh, my
Yes, sir. We are
goodness.
1 week out from week 1. And that's really what we're here to do since we don't have any results to talk about. But we're going to talk about what we think might happen for week 1, our personal opinions. We may agree, we may disagree, which I hope we do disagree. But
And that's the fun of it, Bubba.
yes, sir. So if you want to go ahead and start us off, what do you want to talk about first, Buck?
Man, I think we just go ahead and jump right into Thursday night.
Yes, sir.
I want to do the NFL theme song. I want to hum it, but I don't want to get in trouble for copyright.
I mean,
So we've got the Lions at the Chiefs going to Arrowhead. Can you guess who's favored?
oh, of course, the Chiefs. But what's the line? Tell me if you know.
Chiefs -6.5. And I think that is ridiculously low. The over-under sitting at 54.5 as well. So out off the jump, give me the Chiefs covering the spread. Don't get me wrong, the Lions are no slouch. They won 8 of their last 10 games last year.
Yeah.
And they came out swinging at the end of the season.
See, I agree with you that they're going to win for sure. Maybe a touchdown, field goal, whatever. But I think they'll cover the whole 6.5 spread. I would like to hit the under, but if I had to choose amongst the two, I would definitely take the spread. One thing that my coworkers and I were talking about, and I want your take. Do you think game 1, Patty Mahomes will throw over 300 or less than 300 yards?
I think he throws less than 300.
Yes, sir.
I think everybody
Yes,
expects
sir.
him to come out just, absolutely trying to go yard with it.
That's exactly what my coworkers were saying, and I'm like, bro, why would he try to pop off so much game 1 against the Lions?
Yeah.
There's no point in it. I'm not saying like he's not gonna gun it, because I'm sure he's gonna throw some long darts and they'll probably catch a couple touchdowns, but I don't think he's gonna pass over 300 yards. That's my personal opinion, though.
So the only thing that makes me question it is the fact that the Chiefs have scored over 30 or more points in the last 7 season openers as the Chiefs.
But do you think the Detroit Lions will even score more than 2? I see 1.
I see 2. I don't think the Chiefs have that defense again. And Chris Jones is holding out right now, one of their best defensive players. Last year they proved no Tyreek, no problem. Clearly they went and won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
They can get it done with what they've got.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're talking about
You got Kelsey already. That alone's already like a wide receiver and a tight end. He is a tight end, right? But like he passes it to him just like he's a wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, last year Kelsey had over 1,300 receiving yards, and this is his 7th straight season with over 1,000 yards as a tight end.
That's
as a
insane.
tight end. We haven't heard numbers like that since Gronk. Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, like elite tight ends. They're in a different conversation. Don't get me wrong. Like I love Kittle, love Mark Andrews, love Darren Waller.
like Kittle.
They're not Kelsey. They're not Kelsey.
And that's the thing that a lot of players say. Like even if you think you know what they're about to do, you can't stick to Kelsey for some odd reason.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's not a fast dude or a big dude, because he definitely is.
He's a unit.
But it's definitely weird. Like even if you know the ball is going to be thrown to Kelsey, they can never stop him.
No.
Ever. Ever.
And you know where the ball's going.
Yeah.
Like you know he's getting 7-8 catches a game, and they still can't stop it. But
Yeah.
these ain't your regular old Lions anymore, man.
Yeah.
I love what that head coach has done with this team.
Yeah, they're definitely making a freaking difference. I would love to see them make the playoffs.
And you know what? I would love to see Jared Goff really pop off this year, man. That he got rode off so quick. I mean, he took the Rams to I'm pretty sure they went to the Super Bowl with him, and then he had like 2 really bad years, and then they got rid of him, shipped him to Detroit, and he seems to be doing a lot better there. I think that he had a chip on his shoulder. He had too many eyes looking at him to do amazing things when he hasn't had, he's just now being able to develop his true, persona of a quarterback and his play style. That's my personal opinion, though. Just don't forget, Chiefs, Super Bowl champs. God damn it.
Oh, repeat?
Oh, no. I'm just saying, you're going up against the Super Bowl champs in their home stadium. It's going to be
game 1. Oh, yeah,
it's
raps.
gonna be electric.
It's raps.
It's going to be electric. And also, the Chiefs have beaten them the last 2 times they played.
That's no surprise. That's no surprise to me. But do you know? I don't know if you saw the other past games with them, did they cover the spread too?
I don't remember.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if they did.
Yeah, me either.
For sure.
But again, the Lions are not your fucking 2005 Lions that everybody's always thought of.
Yeah.
The dog shit Lions.
Exactly.
Like, okay. Oh, man, I think if they win, it's by a touchdown. I don't think it's going to be by 2 touchdowns. I think it will be a touchdown.
So it'll be close.
Yeah.
A one-score game.
I'm thinking like, 35, 27, right in that range.
35 and 27. That's the over then. So
yeah. So I'm taking the over at 50 just to be safe, and the Chiefs at -6.5. Parlay that together. You got yourself a great little bet.
That'd be a very entertaining game because you see scoring and
Oh
scoring.
yeah, that's a great way to open up Thursday night football.
I agree.
too.
I agree. Speaking of amazing quarterbacks, Joe Burrow.
Joe Shiesty.
I saw 2 days ago he actually attended practice. He was
He
geared
did.
up, but I don't know if he did any or how many plays he did at practice. But I did see he was geared up and he entered the stadium. So I don't know if that whole the whole injury report with his strained calf, will he actually miss 4 to 5 games like they anticipated?
So I know that's what Jamar Chase wanted. He was like, I don't want you out on the field. I want you to be as healthy as possible, which I get that. But at the same time, you want him out there for every snap if you want to contend in their division this year.
Sir. Yes,
because to me, the Browns, I think they finally make a good run this year. I think the Ravens are the best team in the division. Flacco. And then the Steelers, they don't look bad either, man. I love Kenny Pickett.
Yeah,
love George
bro,
Pickens. Pickett to Pickens, man.
Oh my God. Yeah, the catches he makes. I don't know if you guys seen on Instagram because it's trending. Like the catches that this dude makes is unreal. And I'm like, I wish you could do it in the regular season like that. But like if that just kind of gives you some anticipation and excitement that he is willing to make these crazy plays like Justin Jefferson's the other day. Oh, and I don't know if you saw amazing catches. I might throw it here on the screen for you, but the one you told me about, who was the one that caught it? It was one-handed, crazy. Oh, who was it? It was a preseason game. You said it could definitely go down as one of like the best.
Oh, it was like behind the back, like under the legs. I don't even remember who it was, but it was absolutely insane. It was the first preseason game I watched. It was amazing. This was actually a really good preseason, I think.
Yeah. Did you make some bets on the preseason?
Yeah, I did.
I tried to stay away as far as I could.
I broke even on the preseason.
Well, okay, that's all that matters then, right?
Yeah,
better than negative. But that was the other game, or excuse me, quarterback I want to talk to.
I mean,
but there's another quarterback, as we all want to talk about.
Well, let's hold on, because you're not going to be able to blow past Deshaun Watson, Mr. Touchy Touch himself. Actually, he is the one being touched. Because, man, he looked great in the preseason. I know it wasn't you can't say much in the preseason, but I think he might be back in his groove now, man. I think so.
How so?
He just looked really good. Because you got to think, Deshaun Watson was great on the Texans, in my personal opinion. I thought he was really good. So that leads us to Bengals at the Browns. Bengals are -2.5.
Who's QB for Browns?
Deshaun Watson?
Yeah. So we got Nick Chubb, right?
Nick Chubb. And then they've got Amari Cooper. They haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver in a long time.
See, I don't know then. And that line is pretty tight. It's -2.5 favoring the Bengals.
Yeah.
And it's in Cleveland, too.
But, I mean, they're both in Ohio, so, it'll be an even crowd. But I think it all depends on whether Joe Shiesty is healthy.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Not.
I agree with you. If Burrow plays, give me the Bengals.
You're damn right.
But if he doesn't play, give me the Browns.
I have the same exact note written down.
Sir.
Burrow starts, give me the Bengals to cover and go over. No Burrow, no way. Browns to cover the spread and the under to hit. If Joe Burrow does not play, start.
I agree. That, bro, I like that parlay. I like that. I would actually tail that. I might actually make it.
That's what I think.
I love it. It makes sense.
I really want Burrow to start, man. How could you not like the kid?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
They're all the quarterbacks in the league now are like different levels of elite. This isn't your old fucking Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady league anymore.
Yeah,
it has evolved, and I am here for it.
There's a lot of young quarterbacks coming into the scene now. Well, what's the new one? I think Colts just got a new QB, right?
Want to talk about young teams? We'll go to Jags and Colts. Colts have no player over 30 years old on the entire 53-man roster.
Wow.
The longevity for them is looking really good, but
they can build team chemistry the whole way through.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And might as well address the JT controversy real quick. So this man, and like everybody already knows, it's been the number one talk of all sports radio, sports talk shows. Man's under contract still. refuses to play because he wants to get paid more, even though he's under contract, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think if he would have just toughened up, made it through another year, you wouldn't have got $16 million, but you'd have got paid. You'd have got paid, JT.
Yeah. Especially he's got a whole life ahead of him, a whole career ahead of him. In his first season, he popped off, and that's why a lot of people in fantasy leagues. I don't know about yourself, but I think a year ago, JT was one of the first players to go in every single fantasy.
Oh yeah,
every
100%.
single one.
How could he not be?
And I'm glad I didn't get him because he didn't do. Yeah, he
it went
do
pretty
best.
bad.
So, but overall, we know he has the capability, the ability,
100%.
the agility, every skill you would think and need. Maybe they just weren't playing him right, or maybe they were just playing him too much. But at the end of the day, if he's going to act up the way he is now, I'll give you that. If you can perform the same way you did your rookie season, then sure. But you've only been in the NFL for what, 2-3 years?
This would be his 4th year coming up.
All right, but the third one didn't even really count because he was damn near injured.
He was injured the majority. He's been injured every year.
Or that too.
So to walk in and demand $16 million a year that no other running back in the league is making.
Right.
Even running backs better than you. Chubb doesn't make that. Eckler doesn't make that. Henry doesn't make that. You know? And Dalvin Cook doesn't even make that. He just signed a deal with the Jets, and it's all incentive-based
I forgot
pretty
that happened
much.
too.
And he's going to be playing behind or with Bryce Hall, whatever his name is, the kid that got hurt last year. But I don't know. It's really bothersome. JT, you said you wanted to retire a Colt. Please stay a Colt.
Yeah, I would like to see him. I like seeing him on the Colts, truly, but how he's acting like that, I don't condone it for sure.
But then you and we watched him hit. So when John and I went to the Patriots game, we got to see JT hit that 22 miles an hour right in front of our face while we were in the 4th or 5th
It's
row.
definitely a sight to see in person. Like, you kind of see those things on TV and you're like, damn, he's fast. No, but you see it in person, this dude's like lightning. I'm like, I couldn't even imagine being in front of him. I wouldn't. He'd blow right through me.
He's a fast boy. So we might as well talk about it then. Jaguars and Colts. Jags are -5. They are favored, and the over-under is sitting at 45.5. Now, I think what we need to start off with is that Jaguars are -150 to win the division. They're heavy favorites to win. So that means they have to win, more games than everybody else in the division when they play them, and I see it happening. I think the Jaguars do win the division, but
what's the curse here again? Colts have never beat the Jags in Indy or in Jacksonville. Which one is it?
I can't remember. You're on to something, though. I know it's them or the Titans or something like that. I want to say we haven't won in Jacksonville
in X amount of years.
Okay,
so this is going to be in Indy, though. So
yes,
cool. That gives me a little bit of more reassurance. And it's an indoor stadium, so it's not like weather can even play a factor.
Right. One thing you cannot forget, the Jags gave it to the fucking Chiefs in the playoffs, man. They made the Chiefs fight for that spot.
Yeah.
So I expect them to come out gun-slinging. And don't forget who they got back this year, Mr. Calvin Ridley, Mr. Big Gambler himself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
Hey, mad respect to you,
That's
Calvin.
funny.
I get it.
Well,
you just got to scratch that itch, baby.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
But I
that
think
feeling.
I like him. I'm definitely... I don't want to tell you because we're in the same fantasy league, but I'll probably pick him up eventually because I know he's still sitting on the waiver wire. But I like him. And then also, come on, AR5, are you kidding me? Anthony Richardson. Let's talk about this freak of nature, 250-pound, 6'5" quarterback that Indianapolis hasn't seen since Andrew Luck. We are excited. I'll tell you what, everybody's excited to see the Colts, man. I don't care if we get our dick stomped in. I just want to watch Anthony Richardson play.
At least you're upfront about it.
Yes, because again, back to the being young, we have longevity with this team.
Yes, sir.
And like you said, they're going to be able to build great team chemistry.
Oh,
it's
for sure.
going to be wonderful to watch. The only missing piece is JT, in my opinion.
So once he's on board with everyone, you think so? He's the only, I wouldn't say a weak link, but he's the one who's just not, I guess, wanting to be a part of this team now because he just thinks he's not getting paid enough. In the end of the day, I'm like, bro, you are young. You're very young. Your goal should not even be like all about the money yet. Again, that's just my opinion, though. Aim to build your team, grow with your team. And that's usually how a quarterback thinks, And then you make it to the Super Bowl. Let's get there. Let's get to the playoffs first. Then you think about the Super Bowl. And then once you get there, or once you're close to your 30s, when you're not out of your prime, maybe, that's when you can start thinking about a check. Because why are we thinking about checks right now, my guy? Why?
Like,
For
Again,
what?
you're in your early 20s, and they gave you $4.5 million, I think.
Yeah,
and you
might
were
as
okay
well
with that. You signed that. Don't get me wrong. I think they lowballed him, but they didn't know what they were getting out of him.
I don't disagree.
Some kid out of Wisconsin, like, Wisconsin's not known for producing unbelievable running backs or anything like that. So I'm excited for the season, man. Like I said, there's a lot of longevity in this team, and the only thing I am nervous about is we are going to be sloppy. Very, very sloppy. It's going to take a while.
You could expect it, though.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Do not expect the Colts to go out there and drop, 45 points. Like, we'll be lucky to get in the end zone 3 times. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion. But I like the Jags.
I don't disagree.
To cover the spread. I don't like to say it, but
At -4.5?
I'll even take him at 5. I'd take him by a touchdown, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess at that point, you might as well get your whole money's worth.
I take him at a touchdown, and I like over 45.5. I think the Jags can put up 30 by themselves. And,
I like that. No, you know what? I agree with that. I guess maybe the Colts could catch us by surprise. They usually tend to in games where you really think you're going to count them out. So I guess if that's the case, if I had to choose who's going to win, give me Jacksonville. But I think out of all the lines I'm looking at right here, I like the over 45. Yeah,
I agree.
Even just in case. But I don't know. I haven't really been able to look at all these other games. Oh, I'm gonna let you know right now, as a New England Patriots fan, we are fucked.
That is the next game on my list, and let me tell you, the spread makes no fucking sense.
Yeah,
Eagles minus 3.5.
Why? Because we're at home
at Patriots.
That's it?
Well, the one thing I think that is the determining factor for that spread is the Patriots had top 3 rush defense last year. Jalen Hurts is going to be scrambling like that. This game is going to depend on him airing it out. That's not going to be an issue, though, when you've got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, you got 2 wide receiver number 1s.
What do you think about that? Like the whole Miles Sanders, he's not even part of that team anymore.
No, I'm pretty sure he went to the
Panthers? Yeah. I don't know why they did that, to be honest. Is why? Because Jalen Hurts ran more than him?
I don't know.
Do you think, I'm throwing you questions.
No, I'm racking them up.
But do you think Jalen Hurts will have as many rushing, not even touchdowns, but like rushing yards as much as he did last season? Do you think that? More?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I just think that, now they got rid of Miles Sanders. They don't have that to fall back on anymore. And I think that's going to be one of their biggest downfalls is they can no longer depend on the run game. It's going to be Jalen Hurts' legs or Jalen Hurts' arms.
So you think he's going to play just like Lamar Jackson has been playing?
Not necessarily. I think Jalen Hurts has a better arm.
Or Justin Fields?
I think Jalen Hurts has a better arm and accuracy than Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson. That's my personal opinion.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all.
But
I guess that was just really the question. If you think he's going to have more rushing yards than he did last year. I think it was close to like 900 as a QB. And don't hold me to that. I'll look in a second, though. But he ran a fuck ton is what I'm just trying to say.
Yes, I think they do. I think that Hurts realizes that, he's got potential to be, literally the next Vic of the Eagles, who Vic played for.
For sure.
And not as quick, not as agile, but
he's there.
Like, he does it with so much ease.
Yeah.
He looks very confident in everything.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Like, he doesn't feel like he's out of place. He's not like really scrambling or panicking. He knows what he's doing intentionally the whole way through, no matter how fast he's running or where he's going to throw it, if he's scrambling in the pocket. Like, He knows what he's doing. He really does.
Jalen Hurts reminds me of what everybody wanted Dak Prescott to be. Like, they had such high hopes, and Hurts is actually what they expected out of Dak. And I fucking hate the Cowboys, so Dak can fuck off. Go Jalen Hurts. Give me the Eagles minus 3.5. At 45.5, though, that's a fucking tough one. That was the line I saw on the Eagles and Patriots.
Yeah, 45. Yep, 45 even.
Golly. So what's that?
I don't know. But
25-17 doesn't even cover it.
Yeah, if anything,
I think the under.
Yeah, if you had to choose scoring, then give me the under, especially because we got Bill Belichick still.
And one of the greatest defensive coaches in the history of football.
And I don't even expect us to necessarily, pop off and score a lot in general. But I think Belichick, hopefully, if the Patriots are, willing to step up to compared to last year, if they can hold them down and keep it semi-close rather than a blowout. I don't think we'll win as much as I would love to see that happen. And we're still playing Mac Jones, but I saw an update on the Score app that we re-signed Bailey Zappi.
So Belichick did a little fucking finesse move. What he did was cut both the quarterbacks. I forget.
Oh, that's what he did?
So we cut Zap and the other one. So the only one on the roster for the 53-man roster was Mac Jones. Then they went ahead after that, after they had to submit their 53-man roster, they re-signed them. So now they're on the practice squad and they can bring them up whenever they need to. So they were able to make room for other positions at backup.
Smart.
Classic Belichick, always doing cool shit.
He's always a step ahead, huh?
He is. We're playing checkers. That man's playing chess, and it's already checkmate.
Well, I guess if we're talking about strategy and things, I'm interested for this game. This is one I wanted to talk about. Green Bay Packers.
Ooh, who do they play though?
Chicago Bears in Chicago. I know that's such a weird matchup, but bro, these
Jordan
teams
Love.
hate each other. They do. And I don't know. Just to me, it just sounds funny. And the spread is literally -1 favoring the Bears.
Basically a pick 'em.
Yeah. And I agree with it. And I think Justin Fields is going to do way better this year than he did last year. Not that I'm saying that he did bad last year, but I think the Bears are, as a whole, they're going to do way better this year. And I don't know what about
I
it,
agree.
but I feel it. I
agree.
feel it.
I think it's their
I know
time
Bears
finally.
Still.
And you want to take whatever the player props come out for that game, I would take Justin Fields on any rushing yard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like that pick a lot.
Last time I bet on him to clear his rushing yards, he hit it in the first quarter. I think he comes out and they realize that he is one of their best weapons. And they need to utilize that better, which I don't think they do. But Jordan Love looks good, man. He doesn't look he had some bumps throughout preseason, but he didn't look terrible. He learned under Aaron Rodgers. How can you not have faith in the guy? Nobody believed in Aaron Rodgers when he came in under Brett Favre at all.
Very true. Very true.
So, give me the Bears. Give me the Bears to
Yeah.
cover.
All right, sweet.
What's the over-under at?
The over-under for that game is at 43.5.
Golly.
And I won't touch it, to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah, because at that point you shouldn't even risk your parlay, if you even parlay it, to be honest. But you're already getting more money out of choosing who will win or lose. So at that point, you might as well just stick to a money line bet.
Yeah,
if it's
I
by
agree.
a 1 point even.
I agree.
So give me the Bears money line.
Agreed.
That's me.
Agreed. Don't touch the over-under. I like that. Talking about games we shouldn't touch, let's go to the Panthers and Falcons.
Yeah.
So you got the Panthers sitting in Atlanta.
Where we at?
Falcons are at -3.5, over-under at 39.5.
Damn, it's tiny.
I personally like the Falcons -3.5. Bijan Robinson has a lot of promise behind that kid. They got Marcus Mariota, Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts.
Oh, Mariota's-
I like what they're doing with that team. It's a slow rebuild because the problem was they depended on Matt Ryan and Julio for so long that they didn't. I think that the team kind of fell apart. Now they're just in a total rebuild stage right now. Personally, I wouldn't touch this game with a 10-foot pole. But if I had to, if somebody forced me, I would take the Falcons to cover the spread. I would not touch the over-under. Yeah, I got high hopes for Bijan Robinson. He went high in a lot of fantasy drafts, too. A lot of people are banking on him.
That's another thing we're going to be doing. If you guys haven't noticed that we've been bringing up fantasy, we were always talking about lines on FanDuel, DraftKings. We're going to try our best to incorporate some fantasy points too. As far as, maybe this player is going to pop off specifically if that's on your team or he or he's on your team, whoever that player might be.
Stardom kind of type thing.
Yeah. And, him and I are in a fantasy together and I'm in a different one too. So that's something else that we wanted to bring on here so that way it doesn't feel like we're talking about the same things. But, we'll try to mix it up here and there.
And it's weird because we're playing in a 5-man league, so one team gets a bye week like every 3 or 4 weeks.
Right.
So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun too. It's very unique, but yeah, we'll definitely come up with stardom situms who we think has the best matchup to score potential points. There's going to be some weeks where you need to bench Travis Kelce, where he's not going to be able to make the same points. You need to start Darren Waller or something like that. Even though Kelce had over 100 more fantasy points than any other tight end in the entire NFL last year, it's going to be rare that you have to bench Kelce, but we'll always give you updates and stuff like that. What we think,
any injury reports, if it could, obviously
all
we
that
let it
good
out before the
stuff.
game. There's only really one more I want to talk about, but I want to talk about that last, unless there's one more you got.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and kick it over to my favorite team. We got the Texans at the Ravens. Go Flock, go, baby. Ravens are sitting at -10, over-unders at 43.5.
Damn, -10.
I think this game is going to be one of the most interesting. I've got a couple more that I think are going to be really good. But CJ Stroud, man, He did not look good in the opening game.
I heard he literally threw an interception his first throw.
He did. You got to remember, he's not as short as Kyler Murray, but he's not a big guy. A little hard for him to see. It's nerve-wracking, for sure. I mean, your first snap in the NFL, this ain't college no more. You're playing with the elites.
Yep. Welcome to the big leagues. Yeah. That's funny, though. That's a wake-up call right there. If it's not, if you don't take that first play as a wake-up call, you're like, all right, luckily this is a preseason game, but this is your moment to all right, open up your eyes, listen to your team, listen to your coach if you don't already do it.
100%.
Because this is going to be a long road. Yes, this is the career you chose.
Because the Texans are definitely in the middle of a rebuild right now, 100%. They tried to start it with Deshaun Watson.
A lot of teams are, yeah.
And, God, I know he had his controversy, but I don't think I would have got rid of him. No, but C.J. Stroud, he's got promise. How can he not? Was he number 2 in the draft? Because Bryce Young went first. I love the kid. How can you not? He looks great. Couple flaws. You got to work out the kinks and stuff, but that's what you get during a rebuild.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's what to expect.
Now Lamar signed, 5 years, $260 million in the offseason.
Hey, that guy.
That man got paid.
He demanded it for a while too, but he got it.
I'm so happy. Yeah. I'm so happy because Ravens and Colts are my favorite teams. But you got to think, we brought in OBJ. We drafted Zay Flowers 22nd in the draft, and I think he's one of the most promising receivers to come out of the draft, if not the most. But Mark Andrews, OBJ, Zay Flowers, the one common denominator and all that is going to be Lamar's passing ability.
Yeah, that's
which I'm really hoping he's worked on because that's always been his downfall. He's either throwing dimes or missing you by 10 yards.
Yeah,
There's no in between.
And then sometimes when he's already feeling unconfident about his own throwing, which I feel like every quarterback needs to be confident about throwing the ball. If he's not and he panics, this dude will run. And he can run.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, why would we want to risk that? Especially coming into week 1. You got 17 games to go. No need for you to be running in game 1 and then risking your whole season and your whole team. I don't know how many of these people like OBJ, I don't know if he signed for a year. Did he sign for a year?
I think it was just a year. I think he just wanted to get a feel, but he seems to love it. In practice, they were all the wide receivers were trying to do one-handed catches, and the wide receiver coach was like, nah, only Odell's allowed to practice those.
Especially right now. He's still coming back from his surgery, right?
Yeah, because he had a really bad injury.
The Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl, with the Rams. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was crying because he was crying because obviously he was in pain, but they won and his child was born that day.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
What a day of mixed emotions.
Yeah. For sure. I'm super happy for him. Dude really is a stud. I don't know how far the Ravens will get, to be honest with you, but I do like seeing OBJ. He's in my fantasy team, too. I don't know how well he's going to do, to be honest with you, so I guess we're just kind of all have to wait and see.
100%. Ravens have won 10 out of the last 12 games they've played. Let's go ahead and make it 11 out of 13. I got the Ravens to cover -10 and over.
Ooh, all right. I'll have to just scratch that off. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Something about the Houston Texans, they just come out when you least expect them to. They will not win. I will agree with you there. But give me Houston Texans +10.
Ooh,
they'll keep it close.
Don't like that.
They'll keep it within. At all. If there's not another one, I'm waiting to talk about this one.
All right. Well, I got a couple more, but you go ahead with that one. Actually, I've got just 2 more. And so you go ahead and jump on the one you want to.
I want to talk about the Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets in New York. So
how did I not see that game? That's
okay. Monday night.
That's why. I'm putting that top 5 most entertaining games of week 1.
100%. We got the Buffalo Bills favored at -2.5 with the over and under sitting at 46.5, my man. A lot of takes for a game like this.
Yes, there is.
So obviously, as soon as you say these 2 names, the first 2 people that pop in your head are Josh freaking Allen and
Aaron Rodgers. The GOAT.
I don't know about that part, but Aaron Rodgers has skill. Dude does. Thank you for cutting your hair, by the way. Dude looks way better that way. But anyway, in New York, and they're the underdogs. I agree that they are the underdogs, even at sitting at home against the Buffalo Bills. This is his first time playing with the New York Jets. Obviously practicing, and he's been coaching more than anything from what I've been seeing. Right?
He's been trying to help Zach Wilson because Zach Wilson had a quote last year that said, "If they bring in a veteran, I'm going to make his life hell every day."
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers is like, "Try again, buddy."
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know how I take that team. I feel like maybe if they're just kidding around, cool. But if it's for real, I don't know. I don't know how that team is like that team chemistry amongst the QBs will do personally, and really, I bet that's what like the thoughts on the rest of the team.
100%.
If our QBs aren't even on the same page, they might start to struggle. They might start to second guess themselves and lose confidence.
I think it's more locker room banter than anything. Like
so behind the scenes type of stuff.
Really, just kind of giving them shit. You know, like I'm the OG of the league right now. You know, Aaron Rodgers is the oldest person in the entire NFL now.
Yeah.
Old man still got it though. 100%.
I won't disagree there.
What's that spread sitting at?
-2.5 favoring the Buffalo Bills, which I love. And that would be my pick. I think Josh Allen's going to do amazing this year. I can see him. They're obviously going to make the playoffs. No shadow of a doubt. Will they make it to the Super Bowl? We'll wait and see. I won't say that. But I think Josh Allen will definitely do a little bit better. That dude almost had an interception every single game last year.
That's what I think he worked on in the offseason.
Yeah.
I truly
I'm
believe
sure he
that.
ate that.
I don't know why you wouldn't. You know?
Oh, 100%.
Like, fuck, you did so bad last year when it came to hitting your receivers that you were trying to target. Granted, a lot of them were not his fault. They were tip balls, receiver out of position. But at the end of the day, it's Josh fucking Allen.
Yep.
Like, to me, he is top 5 in the league.
Yes, sir.
How can you not put him up there?
Yes, sir. I agree with that.
Excuse me.
I agree with that. You know, I don't. And didn't Singletary just leave that team?
I think so.
Yeah, he's now a running back for I forget whom, but he's not a part of the Buffalo Bills anymore. And what's the name of that wide receiver?
Stephon Diggs.
He doesn't want to be a part of the team anymore?
So somebody came out and reported that, and that was going through all the Twitter channels, like, you know, legit channels with legit sources, and he came out and tweeted, I don't know where you got your information from.
Yeah,
but this is completely wrong. He seemed to be pretty pissed off that people were even reporting that, and I'm glad, because I love Stephon Diggs. By the way, I was thinking about this the other day. Can you imagine if he never left the Vikings? Stephon Diggs and Justin Jefferson.
Oh, bro, there I would probably be willing to do. I'm not a big future guy. I'm not.
I'd put him to win the division though.
But that if that really did happen, give me the Vikings to get it all the way.
Could you imagine, dude? Oh my God, that'd be That'd probably be the best wide receiver duo in the entire NFL.
Yeah, that'd be nutty for sure. But anyway, that's my pick. I think Buffalo Bills will win. I like the spread. I like the money line. Over and under. I could see the over hitting as well.
What's it at?
46.5.
46.5.
Yep. I could definitely see Buffalo's scoring 3 or 4. That's 28. Jets. That's probably where it gets iffy. But I could still probably seeing it hit barely the under.
What's the number?
Barely. 46.5.
Man, I could see a 21-17 game as well.
That's under. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I kind of like it, like barely under. But safe side, give me the Buffalo Bills. They win their first game for sure.
Agreed with that. We'll go ahead and touch on one more game, and then I got a same game parlay for you guys for Thursday night. I think is going to be probably one of the most fun games to watch. Dolphins at Chargers.
Ooh,
a lot of hype behind these two teams.
That's
man.
interesting.
With Austin Eckler, and then you've got Keenan Allen. Herbert, the kid can throw for 500 yards a game, but can't win a playoff game. It's sad to see, but we've all witnessed it. All of our favorite teams have done it. And then the Dolphins, man, I mean, fuck, dude. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. I like the Penguin.
Waddle. I like Waddle.
The problem is Tua. The problem has always been Tua for me.
Yeah.
I really want him to step his game up. I'm rooting for the kid.
I really think he does too.
I want him to do a lot better. And I don't think anybody wants him to do bad either. How could you not like the kid? He's out there fighting for his fucking life.
He really is.
He leaves it all on the field. He's
really
a great
does.
quarterback. I can see why they like him and they're dedicated to him. Chargers are at -3. The over-under's at 50.5. Now, I'll tell you right now.
That's really high.
I like the over in this game. I don't think either of these defenses can stop these offenses. I'm expecting both teams to be in the 20s. Easily.
Okay. I like that.
Because, God, two of the highest scoring offenses last year.
Who are they facing against? Sorry, Chargers and
Dolphins.
That's another thing. If Tua really gets another injury the way he's been the last 2 years,
he's done.
This dude really needs to stop. Last thing we want to see is another unfortunate stoppage in the game, like we saw with the Buffalo Bills versus.
Yeah, I mean that was with DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, sorry. What was the Buffalo Bills and
I forget who they played.
Anyway,
yes, it was the Bengals. Correct.
Basically, what I'm saying is, last thing we want is to see another injury,
another
like
situation
that,
like that,
where we have to stop the game, and not even for the matter of the game, but we don't want to see injuries like that. It's scary, when you see someone like that on national TV with their hands crinkling up and having some sort of seizure with a hand injury like that. That's something you just don't see every day.
And then when Tua got his concussion, it was fucking terrifying as well.
Yeah,
it was sad to see.
Yeah.
But these two offenses, they seem to have magnets leading to the end zone. They can't stay out of it. I think this might be a bold prediction. I like Jalen Waddle for 2 touchdowns.
That game?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't think the Bills have the defense to stop Waddle. He seems to be magnets in the end zone. He's got magnets in his fucking gloves. Like the dude's great, and plus I want to see the Penguin celebration.
Yeah, a little Waddle. Yeah. I could definitely see a touchdown coming from at least one that game.
I personally think that has the
probably worth the sprinkle, I guess.
100%. Yeah. I think that has the highest potential to be the highest scoring game of Week 1. I think more points will be put up in that than any other game. So the spread. Iffy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick either team because both of their you got Jalen Ramsey on the Dolphins, but I'm sorry, he's not stopping Keenan Allen. Jalen Ramsey is not what he used to be. I wouldn't even put him barely top 5 in the NFL right now. But do you have any other games you want to touch on?
Well, who's winning? You didn't say who was your pick.
I don't want to touch.
Oh, you don't want to touch?
I'm scared.
Oh, you want to talk about it? Okay.
You know what?
Right.
Give me the Dolphins plus 3.
Oh, okay.
Give me the Dolphins plus 3.
Sam, take me the money line. I think Miami wins it first round.
Yeah, so money line, you're going to get better bang for your buck for sure.
Plus 36 right now sitting on FanDuel. I don't know what is on the other books, but I like them winning overall. No matter what book it is, I think Miami takes first game.
And if you want to play the spread, and you're a little nervous that the Chargers might cover, take them at 3.5. Yeah.
Yep.
That's the way that I would go.
Just take the extra.
You know what? I'm going to stick with you on that one. Dolphins money line. So the Baltimore game is the only one that we have issues on.
Yeah, I don't know about.
You don't know?
Yeah, I don't know. The Ravens.
I think they're going to cook.
I think they're still going to cover the spread of 10.
I'm biased as fuck though.
Yeah, that's why. but I that's my take though. I'm not going to probably even use it as a pick, but I'm just saying it here on the channel, here on this video. I think Houston covers plus 10. That's me.
Okay.
And you said you had a little same game parlay?
A little SGP for you. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and double back and go to Thursday night. Detroit Lions at Kansas City. God, it's going to be a great game. But I don't think it's going to be a competition. I think the Chiefs are going to win. So what I've got for you, we've got Travis Kelce anytime touchdown score. We've got Jared Goff over 230 passing yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I like the kid. I like him. I drafted him. He's on my fantasy team. That's my sleeper. Then give me Pacheco over 40 yards rushing.
Like it.
And Amon-Ra St. Brown over 64.5. A lot of people might curl their nose at this because, in my opinion, the odds aren't high enough. It's only a plus 260. But I think if you sprinkle a boost on there once we get to game day,
good point.
I think you're going to be okay. And I'd throw 2 units on that. That looks really fun. And, I regret not betting as much as I regret betting so little last year because it was such a long gap with no football, and I was not a fan.
Yeah.
So fuck it. We're just going balls to the wall. I think that's the best way to do it. But that gets you a plus 260. 2 units, depending on your unit. You can make some really good money off of that, especially if you throw a bonus on there, which I guarantee DraftKings is going to have. There's no way that they don't on opening
week
game
1.
day.
Yeah,
no way.
They'll have some deposit matches and something else. Probably no sweats on DraftKings. FanDuel and the other sports books, not too sure. But the only take I would have to question on the entire same game parlay would be the over on Goff's passing yards. That one is really sketch for me. For me, though. I still think he'll be passing the ball because he has no choice. He's not going to have a choice against the Chiefs.
And I don't think the Chiefs can defend it. I think they can defend the ground game better than the air game.
Yeah, that's what I really like.
That's the one thing that led me to that. I think Goff's going to have to resort more to the air
because he has no other choice.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on in that backfield. Don't get me wrong, with Chris Jones sitting out, that might be the way they go. Instead, they might run the ball right down their throat because they've got nobody there to stop him. Chris Jones really is the heart and soul of that defensive line. And if he holds out until week 1, doesn't play.
Yeah. But I mean, overall,
I'm sticking by it. I'm sticking with it.
No, yeah, do it for sure. And if it cashes, you heard it here. You heard it here. I have one little one that I cooked up here on the spot. I might not even do it, to be honest, but I probably will.
Stand by it. Stand by it.
Here, I'm calling it now, and I'll make this probably week.
I'll let you guys know if it'll win or not.
I got the Kansas City Chiefs money line. I got the Cincinnati Bengals money line, hopefully as long as Burrow plays.
That's 2 dubs right there, as long as Shiesty's.
And give me the Minnesota Vikings money line against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that sits you at plus 231. I like it. Pays 2-1. The only real one that's really iffy, and is only because of the quarterback injury. If Burrow plays, Bengals win. If he doesn't, that's where it can get iffy. You can either replace it with another game or just stick to the Chiefs and the Vikings, and that's still going to cash.
They're playing in the dog pound, man. They're going to Cleveland to play. It's not an easy stadium to play in. It's one of the loudest, one of the meanest.
That's fine.
Those fans are ruthless. That dog pound is no fucking joke.
Nah, man. I think the Bengals will take it home. I really do. I might even say they might take it even if he doesn't play. But personally, for 100%, they will win if Burrow plays. 100%. No shadow of a doubt.
I agree.
That's my take.
So if I were you, I'd go ahead and lock in that spread as well. If Burrow doesn't play, just try to cash that out beforehand.
Good point. It'll move.
That line will move 100%. Once Burrow is locked in as starting quarterback number 1, I guarantee we see it to 4.5.
Yeah, maybe even 7, 6.5. A whole touchdown. Yeah,
more than likely. You got to think though, they got Myles Garrett rushing off that edge, and if Burrow's a little hurt still, it could go south. But I don't think it will. I think that he's got too much repertoire with his wide receivers and his team. I think everything's going to go great for him.
I concur. I think that's all I had on my little cheat sheet.
That's all I got for today, buddy. We ran a little bit over. Sorry, you guys. I know this was a long one.
No, this is definitely worth it because this is week 1. We have so many thoughts about things that happened on the entire summer. We haven't talked to each other in a minute, my friend. So this is something that we're going to be trying to bring every single week, as you guys know. And if you guys do enjoy the content, please be sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and even if you don't gamble, just give it a listen or give it to your friends. Your dads, they probably gamble.
Or start gambling.
Come on now. I don't know about that part. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We will see you on the next one. You got your co-host, Jonny Gamble here, and my homie boy.
Your boy, Nicky G.
We will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.